Hi again, guys. It's Claire, and it's book discussion. So, the course. Now, this is as simple and as straightforward as you could ever dream for. So, let's begin at the beginning. Page 1, book discussion, starts with a beautiful contents page. Nice, easy list. You can't really see it in this video, unfortunately, but a nice, easy list of all the lesson layouts. And that's what I'm going to take you through today, lesson by lesson. So, first thing. There we go. Before you start teaching, obviously, read the book. No-brainer, really. Second, research some analysis. This really helps, especially for the advanced levels. You are going to get people who want the nitty-gritty, the literary ideas, you know, what is the symbolism here? What is the metaphors? What is this guy's major theme, etc., etc. So, obviously, Wikipedia. Simple, easy, gives you some nice ideas. Some great websites such as GradeSaver, CliffNotes and Shmoop.com provide lots of free analysis. They give you literally sort of page-by-page analysis of the deeper meanings, should you need to talk about them, if your students ask. It's good to know. It's interesting too. I really like it. Finally, read the prepared materials. This is the simplest part. Hopefully, the course from lesson 1 right through to the end will be pre-made. All you will have to do is grade it slightly, depending on your students. But I'll talk a bit more about that in a moment. So, introduction lesson. The longer I've been teaching book discussion, the more I've realised that preparation and introductory lessons are absolutely essential. A great couple of introduction lessons will hook your students into the book, and it will help them understand everything as you go through the course. So, these are designed in the book to take 2 teaching hours. The first hour will focus on the course itself, the students, and you as a teacher. So, just to give you a little précis, we have information on what each student will learn on the course. Very important to explain. And even better, how a student will learn. It's broken down into 3 nice simple sections, and going through this before you start to make it absolutely clear is absolutely essential. Also, there'll be some getting to know you type activities, talking to the students just to get a bit of idea about what experience they have with reading. You as a teacher should take this opportunity to really sort of assess your students' levels. You know, are they a strong level? Do they have a lot of experience with reading? Have they done a bit before with fiction? Or no, are they complete beginners? Are they here interested in discussion? Are they here interested in reading? Just get a bit of a feel for what they're going to be interested in, and that will help you later on in the subsequent lessons. So, then we're moving on to the bulk of the course. This is basically lesson 3 to lesson 19 in your standard 20-hour teaching course. So these include So, this is the whole book divided into short, manageable sections. Equal sections for the whole book, hopefully. This is all going wrong. This is sections... Sorry. Okay, from the beginning of this bit. So, this is the bulk of the course. Reading support materials. This runs lesson 3 to lesson 19. So it sections up the book into nice, easily manageable chunks. Lesson by lesson, you'll progress through the book all the way to the end. And these materials support the reading. So it's not terribly clear on my diagram, but the students receive, that's better. The students will receive 3 pieces of assistance with their reading, which is to be done at home. The first is absolutely essential, a summary of the section to be read. This is a nice overview, nice and simple, nice and short, simple language, so they can understand the text without any problems. This is particularly important for intermediate level students who find it obviously incredibly difficult to cope with reading an entire native level book. This is also really useful for students who are focused on discussion rather than reading. Those students are not willing to read 30 pages to prepare for a lesson. They want a nice quick summary so then they can get straight on their feet and talking in the lesson. So that's for them. Also, they get a vocabulary list. This is quite extensive. This can run up to about 5 pages depending on the difficulty of the novel, and it details every difficult word and gives a contextualized definition, which basically means it tells you what it means in the context in the book. Sometimes we try and include pictures if I can get free stuff on that. Nice and simple, great for the students. This is the part of the book that from intermediate to advanced, the students constantly talk about. They love this part. It really helps them. Then finally, the discussion questions. The students are encouraged to perhaps pre-read the discussion questions before a lesson to give them some thinking time. What do they want to talk about? What are their ideas about each of these individual questions? And these will form the basis of your lesson. Now, the discussion questions are specifically designed to cope with all levels of reading ability, all levels of speaking ability, and all levels of preparation ability, which can be a problem. Don't be surprised if a lot of students show up and they haven't read anything. But you've still got to keep them interested, you've got to keep them engaged, you've got to keep them learning. So, the discussion questions come in 3 categories. First category is comprehension. This is mainly for the students who have actually read the book. They want to talk about, did they understand it correctly? Did they get this particular plot twist? Did they understand this character, etc.? There are context questions which take a situation or a person from the book or from the piece that they've read and applies it to their own life. If the characters in a story meet a particularly aggressive doctor, then you will ask something like, have you ever met a particularly aggressive person? How did you deal with that situation? So even if they haven't read the book, they've always got something to say, something to practice, and it's appropriate. So, and finally, the third one are my favourite type, which are the thematic questions. They ask about the broader themes of the novel. This might include a short piece of text analysis. Read this sentence. What do you think it means? So again, it caters to students who have read the book and want some close analysis, and it caters to students who haven't read the book, who can take a sentence and try and comprehend what it means, and they can talk about it. So there are your basic types of questions. So this will focus your lesson. If you've got a particularly amazing advanced group, you can pull out all the analysis questions, you can pull out all the more difficult stuff. But if you've got a lower level group who are not so good at doing their homework, you can focus on the more general stuff, the personal stuff that relates to their lives they can talk about anyway. So it's a nice and flexible course. Oops. So, final lesson, the final review. Oops, a bit too large. The final review. This is the final hour of teaching, lesson 20. And this is the take home. This is the payoff moment for the students. This is when they get to look at the book as a whole. They get to analyse the story as they see it. Now they know the conclusions. Now they know what the result of all the plot twists were and what happened. And yeah, this is more of a sort of book club type lesson, as sort of native speakers might do when they meet just to chat about a book they've read on the whole. It also often includes some useful quotations, like some take-home pieces of the book, favourite words, favourite vocabulary, favourite phrases, just so they feel like, yeah, they've got something at the end of it to always remember the book by. So, my final tip for you guys. Relax and love it. Honestly, the thing that sells this course better than anything else is passion. If you love reading, they will love reading. And as I explained in the first video, loving it means learning more. So I can't stress this enough. Just love it and they will too. Good luck. Bye-bye.